All right, the Reds, it is the Friday night, and just when it looked like Liverpool didn't have a sniff of a player this transfer window, it looks like they've invested in some prime Colombian. Are you happy about that?
I am. Some start, let's go with football players. So, I mean, yeah, it's great news because transfers like this one, if it happens, and it looks like it's going to happen, when they come off the blue, Robbo,
lovely, isn't it?
It's absolutely perfect. So I think we all woke up to a nice little surprise this morning, didn't we? So yeah, really happy, and I think it's almost a consequence, I think, of maybe a couple of things where it looked like he could go to Spurs, and maybe the players thought, well, hang on a sec, I've got better options than Spurs, and that's maybe jolted Liverpool into a bit of action. But also, I was thinking about it before, I think there's probably quite a bit Liverpool are planning on doing in the summer, or at least hope so, maybe around the middle of the park, and maybe they're thinking we don't want to give ourselves too much to do in the summer where you've got to bring maybe 4 or 5 in, because I think that midfield area is one where you look at it and think there's work to be done there, there's a number of players with question marks, so maybe they've looked at it and gone, you know what, we do this one now, that supports the kind of forward positions, and then we can focus on other areas. But all in all, Robbo, it's a great move if we can make it happen.
Yeah, giving Spurs a little slap as well is beautiful as well, isn't it, Phil? Telling them to get back in the box.
It was nice to do the legwork for us, really, wasn't it? Because it sort of feels like that he was very high on the list for the summer, is what I'm sort of working out from it. That it was basically, right, we'll sign him in the summer, and then it turns out that the deal can be done now, and you're sort of in a situation, well, why not? Like, personally, I don't think you'll see that much of him. I think he'll obviously be involved, he'll play. It's not like he's just going to disappear for 3 or 4 months, but I don't think you're going to be looking at like a Liverpool team in a Champions League semi-final with him starting, for example. I think there's a thing where you just got to sort of bring him in slowly, integrate him, because ultimately if you bring him in and he doesn't quite get it, he is going to cost Liverpool in some way, shape or form. You sign someone in the summer to get pre-season to learn the style. Now, if you listen to what they all say, what they talk about training now is training's not really training. It's recovery, it's set pieces and stuff like this, and how we exploit the opposition. It's not like he's going to come in and learn when Andy Robertson's going to run, whether it's inside or outside, and he's got this sort of telepathic knowledge, like Mane and Robertson. You watch Mane and Robertson play, they know where the other one's running. That's not going to happen straight away. So we've got to be very careful that we don't sort of try and expect too much too soon, because he could go on to be a fantastic player for Liverpool. If he has 3 bad games in March, that could be detrimental to us. We've got to be very careful, but it is a great to see him. I think
he does look. I take all on board what Phil's just said, but he also does look the type of player that you could definitely throw on as a wild card and just say, lad, go and skin everyone. Because, you know, like, I'm sure we've all done it, like, watch the YouTube this morning. I mean, I'm sure you would have watched them anyway, Mo, because you watch absolutely everything.
I mean, he was in the Champions League.
Well, I know that, and I've seen him play against us and roast a couple of our players, but I mean, when you watch that compilation, though, he's pulling off all kinds of stuff. And he looks quite wiry, but he looks like he's got a little bit of strength on him. I think maybe he still need a bit more, though, for the Premier League.
Yeah, he's got a bit of spike in him as well, which I think
Colombian.
I mean, I think all of us are going to enjoy watching him play. But you're right. I think while he's still in that development stage, there is stuff he can do, and it's just about having someone who you can believe in and say, okay, this guy can make a danger. And sometimes it's about the opponents thinking, God, I don't want him to come off the bench, sort of thing. So, in this early stage, like Phil's right, we can't expect too much, but just imagine comes off the bench in the League Cup final, for example, and he hits one and it goes in and he scores the winner. That buys him so much credit. So even if he does have a few sticky moments after that, it was like, oh no, he's sound. It'll come good. And he's an exciting player. Yeah. Like, I'm looking forward to sitting and watching him for 90 minutes and like not necessarily watching a lot of everyone else and being just like, wow, I can't wait to see what this fella's going to do. And we need that. We need an impetus into this team. And he looks all
It's
that.
nice watching like the YouTubes and stuff when you see him. Like there's a goal against Manchester City in the Champions League, for example. And quite often when you look at these YouTubes, it's like, I have no idea who he's playing against there. He could literally been playing in a pre-season friendly against like some 15-year-olds or something.
And the City goal is
good. Exactly. It's a brilliant goal. Yeah. Picks the ball up, runs 40 yards, the Milan Barros style thing where he just runs across the box, but he actually doesn't do the Barros thing and he turns around and has a shot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't just head for the corner flag. I mean, it is sort of like a bit of an adrenaline shot, if you like, because I think we were all, you know, being quietly excited about the idea of the lads coming back from AFCON, Elliot coming back from injury, we might even see Thiago again. So all of a sudden you were like, you know, it's felt like a bit of a trudge, and we got through a difficult phase, and we did really well, even better than really well, got to a cup final, etc. But this is like that extra edge now, isn't it? This is like, we're still in 4 competitions, and we've all, fingers crossed, touch wood, all the rest of it, we've bought an absolute belter as well on top.
All right, the Reds, thanks very much for getting stuck into that little snippet there of Anfield Wrap content. If you want the rest of that show and much more besides, click the link below, subscribe to the Anfield Wrap Premium, and for that you will get reviews, previews, exclusive interviews, post-match content, the full it. Get involved, follow us, follow them from the heart of Liverpool. Up the Reds.